Alright YouTube, another 2013 cold steel product has just been released. This is their new version of the two-handed Katana Machete. That is in the foreground. The older version is next to it, just so you can see the blade length. The older version had a 19 1/2 inch blade length. The new version has a 24-inch blade length. As you can see, significant difference in the blade length. 1055 carbon steel, polypropylene handle, did not come with a sheath. Alright, and switching to the floor because the new machete is so long, including the handle, that I couldn't get a good shot of it without any clutter on my table. But here you see it, my floor. Now you see the older version I have modified to have basically like a one-handed sword handle. Now this video is mainly going to be about how I modify the new two-handed Katana Machete. Alright, you see, alright, there's the polypropylene handle right there. I'm gonna cut this down so that it'll be less bulky and it'll be more like a two-handed sword. Alright, here is the handle. I want this to be a two-handed handle. Alright, so one hand length, right? Two hand lengths. Alright, and then I want to leave enough room for a pommel like this. Alright, so I'm going to mark it right here is where I want to cut the handle. Just going to mark that with my very old Leatherman. It's ancient, over 20 years old. Alright, and according to my measurement, that is about 5 3/4 inches of handle that's going to come off. I'm going to take it off with the oldest hacksaw in the world. I think this was my dad's hacksaw, but I used it on the other one. Alright, I'm going to get to work on this and I'll come back and I'll show you what I come up with. Okay, I am back. I've removed this piece, see there? Now you don't have to cut all the way through it with the hacksaw. You just have to cut through enough to kind of weaken it. And then I just took the hammer end of this 4-pound wood splitter and hammer. And I hung it off my workbench. I hit it right there, and it snapped right off. After I had cut a groove there to weaken it. So there you go. Now I'm going to add a pommel swell right here, and I'll be back. All right. Now, as far as how you're going to shape that pommel swell, you're going to have a thicker band of tape here, just wrap it around, right? And then, once you have that to however wide you want it, you're going to take more tape and you're going to crisscross it as you wrap it, right? Until it's, it's smooth and looks like one solid thing. All right, there is the pommel swell. Now, if you're wondering, how far the tang goes, you don't have to cut through the tang, okay? The tang, you see the bolts here, the tang doesn't go much past those, all right? Okay, this is what it was, all right? And this is what we've turned it into. I used electrical tape. You can use athletic tape or the electrical tape, a combination. Doesn't matter. Okay, and back in the hallway, just so you can see a full view of it, and I have their new 2013 Barong machete, 18-inch blade length, just there as a size comparison. That Barong is not small, but it is small in comparison to this two-handed Katana Machete. All right, and there's the handle that we made. Alright, here's a nice view. Now if you're wondering, the machete did come with a significant burr on the edge, just as the Barong and all-terrain chopper did in my first impressions video of those. Alright, so before I do any cutting with this, I'm definitely going to have to remove that burr and do some finishing work on the edge. Alright, and once I do that, that'll be another video. But I certainly hope you enjoyed this handle modification video and getting a first look at this new cold steel, very long machete, poor man's sword. Alright, you two, I'm out. Take it easy.